Hello everyone, Warangel here, and welcome back to our Western Roman Empire campaign for Total War Attila. Now before we get started with today's episode, I just want to give you a heads up that I'm actually away next week. So what I'm going to be doing for next week's episode is record it straight after this one. So you'll still get the episode on time, but it does mean that any feedback you give in this episode for me to do next, I won't be able to act on it because obviously I'm recording in advance. But the week after we will be back to regular schedule as always. So with that guys, let's get into today's episode, where if you remember at the end of the last episode, we had a bit of a stir in the air, you know? The Scourge of God, Attila himself, is now born. And we are started the next chapter of the game. Now, if I click on here, our next chapter requires us to survive until spring 420, which is pretty good. It gives us, 80 turns, 4 per year, to be able to do stuff before we have to worry about Attila. And when he gets to 20 and he becomes the faction lead of the Huns, then things are going to be worrying. I don't know how the world is going to look. I mean, we've got the Eastern Roman Empire, who's going to be hopefully his first target. Maybe we're able to come in and snatch their territory back and reunite the Empire. Who knows? But we've got another 80 turns to wait before we get to that point, so hopefully things will go okay. We've also got a few optional ones. Let's have a quick look. Maintain a total of 10 units of Palatina, but no, that's not going to happen. Sovereignty over 3 puppet states, not going to happen. We already picked up that one, that's good. We need to ensure that we don't have any Ostrogoths in our territory, okay. Venetia has got a capital building, right. And if we're going to complete this objective, we need to take back Britannia. Ooh, that would be a challenge. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. But the first thing I want to do before we think about going after Britannia is to secure Africa. Now, we've dealt with the rebels and we've managed to take back the coastal settlements along here. But we do have the Sahara to try and take. And we've got 2 different factions in charge here. We've got the Garamantians here, Garama and Kidamus. And over here in Dimity, we have the African separatists. Now, I've got 2 legions who's going to be helping to take over this territory, and it has been recommended to focus on one faction at a time and either go from west to east or east to west. And I'm kind of thinking we'll go after the Garamantians first. They are one of the main, a major faction in terms of the game. They are a faction I believe you can control from the Desert DLC. But also, if we can secure these 2 territories, we can then swing over and just deal with Dimity and we'll eliminate the Africans in one fell swoop, rather than having them to come here and then us try and take Kidamus and then having an army in Garama ready to march up. So, we shall keep ourselves prepared. We got the opportunity to march down and we'll get there in 2 turns. What I would like to do then with the Augusta Legion is take the opportunity to replenish their numbers a bit. So, what can we recruit? Not really a lot of different major options. If it wasn't for the fact that we're not going to be using Africa really as a recruitment area, I would have been able to be tempted to upgrade a little, but no matter. What we'll do, we'll grab a couple of you guys and a couple of you guys. That's 18 units. I think we'll keep the legionary defectors. Right now they have proven themselves in battle a number of times. And maybe we can go for Sagatari. Just so we can actually shoot over the enemy troops rather than having to try and run these guys into the flanks. Could work. We'll give it a go. What's the worst that can happen, eh? So we'll let them to get on with their business. And then we've got over here the Rogue Tier Legion. Oh yeah, decided to march into the Sahara for whatever reason. But these guys are going to continue their forced march, first of all I think over to Carthago. And then we'll bring them down along the coast towards Leptis Magna. Just so that way then they can stay on land, so they don't take any nutrition, they can continue to replenish the numbers. So that's you guys sorted. How are you looking? You're still keeping public order under control. You're dealing with rebels. We've got our next batch over here, in fact. Alright, what I'm going to do actually, I'm going to let him head up to here first. And then we should be able to come and march after them in the following turn. Giving them an extra turn will allow me to get the public order down to -60, And if we do need to chase after them, hopefully we're close enough now that we can actually go and deal with them properly. So, yeah, we'll let you do that. I'll just take the opportunity to recruit another, combatant into spears. Now, there was something... Oh, God, what was it I was trying to remember? Oh, that's the research, right. We needed a research for... Which one was it? Ah, this one. Imperial Transport Services. Unlocks the 3rd tier of barrack buildings, and in particular because we are quite close, if I remember correctly, towards getting our hands on legionaries. In fact, if we pop on here just to remind me, yeah, we're at 46%. It's going up slowly but surely, but it is going up, and when it gets to 50%, we'll be able to start really looking into recruiting mercenary legionaries. Sorry, proper legionaries. So that will be very exciting, and we do need to make sure my income is able to deal with that as well as public order. So let me have a quick look at public order. How's it all looking? Not too fussed about you. You're neutral. Dalmatia, I'm not too fussed about. Venetia. Right, you've taken a little bit of damage to the rally field. Let's fix that. Let's get a governor's house built. That should hopefully secure that. Maximus Acronum. Why are you a -2? Religious differences, immigration, and difficulty level. Okay. If we upgrade this... I think for this one, I'm actually going to be tempted to go for statues instead. Let's just have a quick look. Yeah, public order is pretty reasonable, and it gives me extra recruitment. So yeah, we're going to go for the statues rather than going for the governor's house. And that should sort that out, especially since we're not taxing the province. Over here, we need to do the same. We'll upgrade you for the governor's house. And Carthaginiensis is still got -1. Let's see, part of that is because of characters. Why is characters an issue? We haven't got any characters nearby. I suppose we could have actually dealt with that fairly easy if we went and upgraded that. Or we can try for... Let's go for this one first. We haven't got enough money. I was tempted to try and go for like a Statue of the Divine, just so we can start working this up and get that basic Roman paganism boost for the entire province without us costing us food. But that's okay, we can get that next time. How's everyone else looking? You're okay here. How's this looking? No, you're not the spy, you're the spy, not the priest. 83%, okay. I feel pretty comfortable actually moving you away now. Let's have a look. Where would be the best place to go? Over here. I'm tempted to actually come over here. No, it wasn't here. Where was it that was having some issues along this area? 40%. We could actually send you over there. That could be a good shout out. Let's get you over here now. Yeah, public orders is 7, so we'll put you up onto here. And then that should help be able to sort out the province here, and then we can slowly continue to convert over. Let me just check diplomacy one last time, see if there's anyone else we can try and secure trade with, get a bit of extra cash coming in.
You have the ear of my people. Do not wait.
Nah. It wouldn't surprise me if we see the Langobards declaring war on us at some point. The Zergis, we have gotten a non-aggression pact with, but again, it wouldn't surprise me if they start running off after us. Yeah, we'll just have to keep an eye on things. The Mazoon I'm not too fussed about. We still got the Eastern Romans. That's all well and good. Oh, upgrades, right. Let's have a look. What can I get for you? Compromise security, persuade, or preach doom. I'm going to go persuade. Gets a 40 up, and having the ability to be able to convert enemy agents over could be quite useful. You... Extra wealth if you were governor. We're not going to fuss about that. Instead, could go for zeal. I think infantry commander would do useful. You've managed to prove yourself by taking back Leptis Magna and that. And I think we can go for Bane of the East. It's a shame we have to take Barbarian Subjugators, but I feel Bane of the East is quite fitting, given that we've had to deal with African rebels and we're going to be going after the Garamantians soon. So, that should be everybody now. Okay, So a rather uneventful end turn phase, apart from the fact we finally lost Salona. It happened literally just before the, well, in the last faction's turn before it came back to mine. So, yeah, we've now lost all the territories over here. Who took it again? Western Roman rebels. Right. Okay. Well, I said I was going to sacrifice that area, and I did exactly that. So, no qualms here from me. Let's switch you over to here. And looks like we can recruit some local units. Steppy Spearmen. You know what? I'm going to swap you guys out. You haven't really done much for me. I'm going to swap you out and get some different troops. Oh. Wait a minute, what? Oh, that was mercenaries. Right. Okay. I was wondering for a second then, where did they go? Okay. There we go. That works. Right. Any of these I want to try and get? Not particularly. I suppose we'll get Nordic Spearmen just to get them up to 20. Right. What was the other thing I wanted to do? First of all, let's head back down towards here. And build that statue of the divine that I wanted to get. You're now basically done. Right. Let's move you over towards Catholic Nova. I want to see, I can't remember if fleets can act like garrison units. They can, right. That's okay, and we can still recruit units. That's good to know. Right. Let's go ahead and get another 2 of you. I think 1 of you as well. And some of you. Something like that will do quite nicely. And it gets us to a massive fleet of 18. That will work out quite nicely for us. We also got the opportunity to head back up here. I wouldn't mind trying to get a couple more, just to round it up nicely. How many can we get? 3 at a time. We'll do something like that. Yeah, something like that will work. And we'll get another 2 of you. Sure. There we go. And I'm aware that my money is dwindling down, so we're going to have to raise the taxes up again soon. Once we get everybody sorted out this... Well... We're going to have to sort out taxes at some point, so I might as well start them off now. Hey, so if we head over to our trade and finance, we'll boost it up a little. Like there. Oops, not too high. Oh, damn mouse. Come on. Nope. Perfect. Right, still got 10,500 coming in. Right, we'll double check the public order issues just to see if there is any can be coming and if we need to make any adjustments. So you've got -3 now. Right, that needs to be upgraded. We'll do that when we get a chance. Lusitania has got -1. We'll repair that. Oh yeah, we've got rebels we need to kill. I almost forgot about you guys. Come down and kill them for me. And do we have enough movement to chase them down? Don't go too far, don't go too far. Oh, they're just out of range. Damn it. Oh, wait a minute. Can we still get them? Oh, we can. Fantastic. Right, we're going to go aggressive. They've got those onagers. We want to make sure that we don't get caught in them. And we managed to kill off the rebels. Fantastic news. We did use a unit combatant into spears, but that's okay. We'll take the replenishment. Enemy killed in battle. Did we pick up any... alas, we didn't pick up any onager units. That's okay, though. You get a unit, you can get some replenishment done. In fact, you haven't got enough movement range right now, do you? No, you just stay there and then replenish. That's fine by me. Right, I think that's going to be a nice, quick, easy turn for us. Yeah. Having a quick look here, just to double check. Elite privilege is what we need to upgrade that. Right. Garrison... Wait a minute. Garrison... Oh no, that's the garrison units. Whoops. Losing track of what buildings do what now. Right. Weapon manufacturers. Which one is that? That's here. Right. I do want to get my hands on this one, so we can get those up higher grade units straight away. But maybe after that we can go for weapon manufacturers instead. Okay, I think That's another quick, easy turn for us. Oh, you're homely. My mother loved me, I think. Right, let's have a look. Public order could be quite useful. We'll go for that. Wait a minute. Where are you the governor of? Spurius Pompidus. You're here, aren't you? Yeah, okay, so you're the one for here. No, I don't want that. I need to get a new mouse at some point. Sometimes it has a habit of not registering clicks, and then sometimes it double clicks. Alright, is there anything for recruitment? Recruitment cost here, perfect. Alright, army recruitment capacity would be even better. Let's go for 2 points here then. All that's going to really contribute to making it so we can build up armies and churn them out quickly when we eventually start recruiting, our legionaries. So we've started our next turn, and this is the first bit of news we get coming up in front of me. The Alans have been destroyed, and I must admit, I feel a little sad. Alans were a faction I really wanted to try and play as at some point, and I did plan to do a narrative let's play with them at some point, and I had such good ideas for the restart, the reboot of it compared to the one I attempted to do before. But yeah, they've been defeated. So sorry to hear, guys. Anyway, what's this? You want to marry somebody? Really? Do I care that you want to marry somebody? She's not my daughter or anything, because they're all too young, so go ahead, enjoy. I know it's affecting my control a little bit, but who cares? It's not my place to pick. Anyway, we've now got 11,500. Nice bit of extra money to spend now compared to last time. Alright, how are we all looking anyway? You need to switch over, because I don't particularly want you to be dealing with anything potentially. Right. Oh, I did make peace with the Illyrians. And declare war on Africa, because they attacked the Eastern Roman Empire, and I decided to join them as allies. That's the only two things you missed from the intern phase: is me joining the ERE against Africa, and decided to make peace with the Illyrians so we can reduce the amount of enemies we have to worry about. So apart from that, everything else is, well, nothing major happened, to say the least. Right, how's it all looking here? Everybody is fine here. Where was the place I needed to build my governor's place? Liguria, wasn't it? Yes, here. Alright, we'll go and build a governor's house next, straight off the bat. We've got enough food. Do I want to get garrison quarters? No, what we could do is maybe switch over here. Column Cartha would perhaps give us a bit more state influence and make things a little cheaper for building. And given this is our capital, I think that could be a good call. Otherwise, we've got the rally field. I think what we could potentially do, go for auxiliary units. Yeah, we'll do something like that, because eventually we're going to start recruiting, and it would be nice to actually get that sorted out. Garrison encampments we don't need to worry about right away. How's it looking for the... Again, 48%, 0.2. We've got to go through another, 3 turns off the top of my head to get that 50%. Oh, that would be fantastic when we can actually do that. Okay, we'll make sure to save some money in the bank for when we do get into position to be able to swap things over, because I want to be able to do that as soon as we can. How's everybody else looking? You're okay for now. I think eventually, once we've dealt with the Sahara, I think I will come back and secure Britannia. I think it could be a good testing ground for our new legionaries. They did well in the past when it came to trying... Well, I say in the past when they tried to conquer Britain, but they didn't really get... They managed to conquer England and most of Wales, so that was pretty good. But yeah, I think that could be a good opportunity to bring them back, test them against the foes that they never were truly able to hammer down and destroy, you know? Anyway, how are you guys looking? You're going to be back up to full strength pretty soon. I would say by the time the rogue tier turn up. In fact, let's get your order down here already. Yeah, by the time you get down there, you'll be up to full strength. These guys will be almost back up to full strength. I would say these still got 4 more turns, but by the time you get down into position here, it'll be all good. And I think we can save a bit of cash for the moment. Unless we want to start building up some places. We've got, for example, the Forum. Maybe swap this over to a Tabernae. just get that bit of extra money coming in. I think that would be quite useful. If we did focus, though, on the more wealthier provinces, I need to remember to keep doing that, because that gives us bonuses for doing so. Like, here is giving me 3,000 a turn. That's a huge amount. -1 upkeep, though. Why is that? Taxes, immigration... Oh, it's just because of difficulty level and immigration, mainly. Okay. That's okay, we can work with that. Alright, we'll keep the governor's house. I don't need to upgrade it. We haven't got the food, really, to do that anyway. Unless we decided we could upgrade regional traditions, maybe. For sanitations, maybe. Ideally, what do we need to actually upgrade these for? Herbs or Metropolis, if we wanted to go for the slaughterhouse. Slave markets. We need to get local trade venues, which is down here. Provincial authority will be the next one. We're not going down this middle branch because we don't want to lose technologies. So if having things like this, molded architecture to get the Imperial Library and Great Theatres, we don't want to be losing those if we can avoid it. So we'll have to save the money for now. What's our next one anyway? Galicia. You're actually making a fair bit, although you have got -6. Why are you still having issues? Greco-Roman paganism is not the highest. Celtic paganism is. Right, we need to move a priest down here sharpish then. I'm going to stick you for the meantime in Brigantium. At least that keeps it balanced. And as for you... Right, let me just double check. Corduba? Yeah, Greco-Roman paganism is 4%, +6. How much is that because of the character? 4. Okay, I feel pretty comfortable now moving you up to here. We can actually move you just here and you'll be able to get started next turn straight away. And while it's a neutral, I think it'll be okay for now. Yeah, we'll invest some money though in here. I think for the moment, going for a vineyard I think will be better just because it gives me more trade money. Right, I think that will do for now. Right, as for you, good sir, you can have pessimism in order to discourage populations.
I am yours to command.
You can find me ways to reduce corruption. Exploit corruption, enables corruption. Oh no, that was one of these ones, was it not? Oh Christ, I can't even remember now. Gather intelligence, exploit corruption. Corruption. Oh, that's it. Oh no, that's the one. Ignore me, I can't really tell which one's what. Okay, let's go tracking for you just for the moment.
Ever in service to Rome.
And the Union can have pessimism as well. Huh. Okay, so Nabatea has now been destroyed. Disease Operation Burdigala, right. Not much we can do about this, but we're going to have to try and help. We got religious disease. Alright, public order. Okay, Celtic paganism's going up, so we're going to have to try and put somebody in Burdigala, I think in Aquitania, in order to try and sort out the religious issues. Garrison encampments, guardhouse, where are you? Here. I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to dismantle the guardhouse, but then that's going to reduce public order even more. I don't really want to do that. Gold veins? We are making a fair bit of money from here. How's the food situation? 42. Okay, so we can upgrade the governor's estates. That will put things to -1 at least. But it will cost a fair bit of money to do so, and really it's not ideal. Okay, what I'm actually going to do, let me grab you. And I've got Avericum is part of it, yeah. We'll get you to march down towards Avericum. But then that causes issues here. Why are you -17? Oh, because of bloody gee. We don't have enough legions, men. Right. Okay. Right. Look, Dunham to Magnus, right. You move down towards Rota Magnus. That should hopefully keep that a bit more secure. You... Can we force... Okay, we can't really force march you out. I'm going to move you down towards Avaricum. Hopefully then that at least keeps things a little bit more stable. Alright, minus 16. Food is going to be an issue. Right, let's make sure we get fish and jetties then in Rota Magnus. That will sort that out. Alright, the Geats have joined the war against us. That's not really good news to hear. The Huns have sorted out a thing and we've got food shortages in Belgica. Right. Okay, that's all things we are aware of and things that we can work on. Right, you're still making your way over. Okay, you're hanging around there. You're there. You're keeping the land bridge busy there. You're accidentally been marched off to a different direction. I need you. No, really, I needed you to go. Right, let's move you up here so you can get the population converted over and help things out a bit. Perfect. Right, you hopefully keep things under control a little better now that you've got a priest to help. Yeah, it's really the religion that's going to be the problem here. Right, that's okay. We can just quickly end the turn once more. So unfortunately, consumption is continuing to spread with now reaching Aqua Sextiae. We've got a little flutter. What's this? A promising young gladiator who is expected to make a name for himself is up against a tough opponent. Care to place a bet? 500 talents should be sufficient. Engage in your politics to deal with the subject or wait until it has blown over. Right, let's have a quick look at this. So we could bet on this gladiator, we can bet against him, or we can ignore the issue. You know what, I'm going to bet on him and see what comes of it. Don't know if anything will, but why not? We've got plenty of spare cash to spend, you know? Oh, hang on. Huh. I wonder, if these guys... This is pretty much a good test now to find out if blocking this bridge actually works. If that is the situation and they can't cross over, that's going to be really good news. If not, we may have to be a little careful with where my armies are placed. Right. Let's move you down here for now.
At your command.
Right. How many more turns we got? We've got 2 more turns, right. Which one is it that will allow me to change these to military settlements when I choose to? No, we want this one here. Bazaar. Okay, so we can already get fortified towns, right. It's barbarian enclaves if we want to get the next tier. I must admit I'm a little tempted. Maybe in some of the regions like up here, where we've got to deal with the onslaught from Britain. Maybe that could be useful to have. Everywhere else seems pretty okay right now, but if we can try and get the food situation up a bit better, maybe that could be something for us to work on. Right, let's go... For you, I'm going to go cattle herds. And maybe we can make that switch over. Let's just South Sea. Tabernet... Nah, we'll save the money for now. It does mean I'm going to have to upgrade the settlements, but we will have enough food once this is built. So, let's see, Colonia Agrippa. If we build both of these up, that should work. Alright, public order is now secure here in Vericum. That's good news. Alright, we'll check public order once more, but I really wanted to make sure you were in position here. Because now it means soon we'll be going after Garama. Now let me just double check. Who are you allied with? Oh, I'm going to have to do it the old-fashioned way, right? GG Garamantians. Oh, actually, we've got a non-aggression pact and trade with them. Oh, that sucks. We're going to lose 598. And we have actually got good... Yeah, they admire strong empires. They're religiously tolerant, culturally tolerant. Ugh. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. We're going to have to wipe you out. Ugh. Right, well, we're going to do it proper, right?
And take wine to cool.
We'll end our non-aggression pact. I won't end trade until we need to, just because I might as well get that little bit of extra cash. Maybe it would be a good idea to head towards Dimity once more. Deal with the Separatists and then march down, but then that means we're going to be taking attrition unless we make our way back into here. Nah, we'll deal with the Garamantines first. May be worth taking that hit to our diplomacy in order to attack them now, but I'm too sure yet. Right, how's it looking here in Abuses? Would it be worth? Because you got you dealing with public order here. You've got plus 18 right now. Let's move you over towards Decorum. Oh, you're not going to make it there anyway. I'm going to start moving you over just in case. We got plus 1 right now, that's good news. Right, cannot build this just yet. How much longer we got to wait? We have 49.7. We're 1 turn away. Oh. 1 turn away. Right, with that in mind then. Right. Octodulum, right. Yeah, with that in mind, I will just leave it. Like I said, we're gonna get... Oh, actually, elite privileges. Oh, right, that's there. Okay, we did still want to sort this out one out first, so that's fine, we'll do that. But yeah, we'll get that sorted, and then it was down here, we're working on getting auxiliary grounds. Yeah, this would hopefully all work out for us. Unfortunately, we're going to have to wait a little while for our population surplus to go, unless we decide to get rid of this. Alright, let's just get ourselves in position before we bring the episode to an end. You can get Legatus and Infantry Commander, because I want you to get Fleet Commander as your first main one. But I would like to bring the episode to an end when we're in a position then to start upgraded. Oh. It doesn't work like it does in Shogun 2. Bugger. Okay then. Go after Duakotorum. Not really much I can do to stop you, I'm afraid. Ah. That's annoying. I was honestly hoping now, by having a giant fleet stationed on the channel, we might be unable to stop them, and yet we can't. It doesn't do anything. Okay, so we're going to bring today's episode to an end here, I think. But first of all, Duakotorum was sacked. It wasn't taken. That's good news. Judea has been destroyed. One of my agents, I believe, has been tried to be deceived. Failed a mission. Become to Imperial of Rome. Okay, they spelled it. I think they spelled Imperial. Oh, what's this? Wait. Destroy the East Roman Empire. Augustus. Not all man can achieve such great success for the Rome. Okay, but there still has. Oh god, I'm just gonna say this how it should be. Augustus, not all men can achieve such great success for the Romans, but there's still one problem between you and the Empire. The East Roman Empire and its false emperor. If they still stand, Rome can never be unified. Destroy them and claim what belongs to you belongs to the true Romans. Right. That works. Drums of war, be at war with the Longobards. Right. I wonder if that's because we've now should reach 50.3. So I just want to double check. If we head over now to somewhere like Verona, like say I was going to upgrade this. Oh, wait. We can get them. We can now convert over and start getting the and start recruiting hamlets. Oh, that is great news. We can't actually do fortified towns and that anymore because our religion is higher than 50%. So now we've got an entire new tree to really explore. Oh, that is fantastic news. And that does mean, of course, that if we head to somewhere like Octotorum here, we should be able to convert this over now. Auxiliary barracks. Wait, why can't we? Less than 50%. Can't get the Legio 9th Barracks. Cohorts? Oh, because we need the Imperial Transport Service, right, which we are getting next turn. Okay, I'm going to quickly go through this turn then. No, we'll leave it here, because then I kind of so eager to start next episode off of getting us, starting to swap over and get my legionaries, but we can do that next episode, it's fine. So, let's end it here for today, guys. Not as much action with battles as we had in the previous few episodes, but nevertheless, we've managed to get a bit of progress in the actual campaign. We're actually ahead now by a few turns, and we've managed to get to the point now where we can start swapping things over, and we have now started to embrace the old Roman Empire and the glory of our ancestors. So looking forward to see how that continues for us. But in the meantime, guys, thank you for watching today's episode. I hope you did enjoy it, and you do join me next time, of course, for some more Attila. But until then, everybody, take care, and goodbye for now.